All right, folks, it's about time to kick off the night as Miguel Torres enters the ring.
You know, interesting thing about Miguel Torres, he said he had no fighting background, no experience, went to the ring with his gym with his cousin, got in and tried it, fell in love with it, and he's been doing it ever since. No amateur background, no formal fighting experience, just decided to get in and go for it.
And I was actually astounded when he told me that. He said he hadn't seen boxing until his cousin took him to the ring. He started sparring, no amateur experience. The guy is turning pro tonight, making his pro debut against a guy that actually has some decent skills.
Hey, sometimes it comes down to how much dog is in the fight.
Well, we're going to find out how much dog he has in his fight tonight.
Hopefully Torres won't find out that boxing's not for him tonight.
It's probably not a good time to find that out. In Haurthouser, he faces a guy that's 0-1. He's from Finland, which is actually anyway fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. So this will be his first time in the Carolinas. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with the.
It's bad. I can't remember the fighter's name. It's right on the tip of my tongue. That Lennox Lewis fought. That was 0-17, and then he went 17 wins without a loss, and he ended up getting a title fight. But nobody held that against him because he was the same situation. He just started fighting, and they looked at his first 17 losses as an amateur career, and then he came back and had 17 straight wins, and he beat quality opponents.
That's remarkable. And it's funny that today we were speaking with Roy Jones Jr., and Roy Jones was talking about any man that enters in the ring, you have to give him respect. Haurthouser sees this guy, sees that he doesn't have a background. He's got to give him respect, though, because he's willing to step in there and fight.
Yep, and you never can underestimate anyone. So, boxing is a puncher's game. Anytime anyone can get hit with one punch and end the whole fight. The good thing about it, we get to see what Torres has going on as far as if he's thinking it's all going to be just get in the gym, get in the ring and try and go at it, or is he actually going to try to learn boxing skills now?
There's a big difference between just fighting and boxing.
Yes.
The science of boxing.
Yep.
And I think Torres, hopefully he's not in for a rude awakening.
But we're going to find that out in a few seconds.
Real fast. Absolutely.
Win or lose tonight, I wish Torres well because, like you said, you have to take your hat off any man that gets inside the ring.
Absolutely. Here we go. Torres is going to fight out of the red corner. Black shorts, no stripes. Haurthouser is going to fight out of the blue corner. Black shorts, red stripes. Here we go.
Right from the start, Haurthouser comes out starting as a boxer with the jab, trying to establish something.
Torres talked about establishing a body attack,
He
really is trying to go downstairs, and he's landing. Up, 2 quick shots up top.
He's not looking bad. What I'm liking about Torres is the fact that he is keeping his hands up. He is trying his best, keep his hands up, his defense tight. Like a lot of guys, even guys that have boxing experience, they start off with their hands low, and they accidentally get caught, and pay for it.
But Donnell, talk about that. He's making his pro debut. He's got a lot of energy that he's spending early.
I see the inexperience in that, like he's backing up against the ropes. He's staying cornered. He's not trying to tie up. That's the things that any boxer, winner or loser with record, would know to stay in the middle of the ring, circle the guy so that the guy can't force you up against the ropes and lay on you, put his weight on you. That's the inexperience of Torres. That's the things that's going to hurt him, and it will let him see quick that boxing may not be for him and the fun game that he thought it was.
I'll tell you what, if boxing isn't for him, we are getting an entertaining match this early in the fight. This is exactly what fans pay to see. It's back and forth.
And I like the facts that Torres does throw pretty good punches for a guy that's never boxed. He's throwing short, straight shots. He's throwing body shots. He's moving. he's trying to throw a Mike Tyson elbow.
Hey, hit off the break. You got to learn that somewhere. Good elbow to break up the action and get Haurthouser off of him.
Hopefully, even if Torres loses tonight, that someone will see this and will work with him and teach him boxing skills, because he's not looking bad. He's not looking worse than some fighters I've seen, with 10 fights. It's just the fact of inexperience. He probably would be a good fighter because it's obviously he has heart.
He has heart. He started out coming forward early in the fight. Now he's running out a little bit of gas, and he's going to the ropes real easy.
And that's to be expected from an inexperienced guy. And now what Haurthouser should do is, if it was me, I would settle down now that I see that Torres is getting tired, and I would establish the jab more and work on the boxing skills and set up a knockout, take him out.
Well, the more and more we keep saying that Torres is getting tired, he's still landing to the body and moving Haurthouser around. Haurthouser just took control again, but Torres is staying in there.
And what kind of condition is Haurthouser in? That would take effect because of those wing blows, those body shots. That does still add up whether you have experience or not.
Torres just landed
good
two,
shot.
Yes,
two
good shots. A good left to the head and then followed it up with a right hand over.
It's a lot of green inexperiences that I'm seeing with Torres, though, where he's backing straight away, a straight line. You could easily get followed and countered. But he's not looking bad for an inexperienced guy. I have to give him an A+ for effort.
And I can honestly say, if I would not have known that this guy had never fought a day in his life, I would not have guessed it here tonight.
I've actually seen a lot of guys that came in with professional fights and amateur backgrounds that looked a lot worse than he does so far.
Well, let me ask you this, Donnell. You get a guy that has no experience, what's his mindset? And then you get the guy that has some experience and he knows he's facing somebody. Is he going to be a little overly aggressive and have to find a way to settle down?
He's going to have to find a way, but it's going to come down to who's working his corner. If he has an experienced corner man, even though he has no experience, and he's worked with that corner man enough to learn to trust him and listen, he could actually pull off a win with that. Working tough man corners one time, these guys didn't know anything about it. I ended up with 24 wins out of the corner that I was working, over 2 wins in the other corner, because this guy was telling those guys boxing things. Double jab, 1-1-2, to the body, this and that. And they were shaking their head, but they had no idea what he was talking about. I was telling the guys simple things like, hey, just run in, throwing a lot of punches when you get in. Don't throw any hard. Settle down and try to, whatever lands, put pressure on those punches. And they listened to me because it was stuff that they could understand.
Okay.
So hopefully that's what his corner's doing. He can't tell this guy too many combinations. He can't tell this guy too much stuff, because he may shake his head, but he has no idea what it means.
What he's talking about. All right, here we go. An aggressive start to round 2. Haurthouser comes out fast, but Torres is backing him up. He's landing the body shots. He's also landing upstairs, and I think he surprised Haurthouser a couple times.
The good thing about Torres is he's still keeping his hands up good, which a lot of experienced fighters after the first round will already drop their hands, He's keeping his hands up. He need to get out of the corner.
Ooh, he took 2 big shots in the corner. 2 big shots, and he's holding hard now.
I don't think he's hurt, though. I just think he was smart enough to realize he don't need to get taken 3 like that. Yeah, I think he's smart enough to realize when he does get hit with a solid shot, he's smart enough to tie up.
Ooh, Haurthouser's starting to land short right hands.
Torres is looking tired now, too.
He's starting to back off. And he's falling.
He's got 2 good solid shots. The ref should be taking a good look at this, because he's starting to take a lot of solid shots to the head now.
Haurthouser's putting he's putting that pedal down now. He's coming in. He's looking. He smells blood.
Now the little bit of boxing experience is starting to show over the inexperiences.
Now, when you talk about the inexperience, what should I be looking for? Let's say I'm a fan. I never watched boxing. What is the inexperience that Torres is showing?
It's the simple things of, like, Torres is throwing good shots. He's trying, but he's backing straight away. Whenever you back in a straight line, your opponent can follow you and just throw punches, and you're still in line to get hit. So you want to step out at angles. You want to move to the right. You want to move to the left.
Oh, left hand. A left hand drops Torres. Oh, nice left hand by Haurthouser.
And see, now we'll find out his mindset of Torres. Will he say, forget it, this ain't for me now? So he's finally met a match, where he's got hit, he's got hurt, he's got rocked, and he's also tired. So now we're going to find out what kind of heart he has. You know, he has good heart. With no skills, he still could make a fight out of it.
He's got blood flowing from his nose now. Torres comes back, winds up with a big right hand.
And here's another thing of inexperienceness. An inexperienced fighter feels he has to fight when he's hurt versus survive. Tie the guy up, spin the guy, walk around, get your legs back under you. That's the inexperienceness. Oh, now Haurthouser's landing good body shot.
Body shot opens up Torres. Torres is holding on again. Ooh, look at that shoulder.
Yep.
Haurthouser throwing shoulders to get some separation.
Yep, I think this will be the last round. I don't think that Torres is going to make it through the round.
Oh, and they're throwing back and forth. With about 3 seconds left.
Oh,
there's the bell. He made it out of round 2.
Will he make it in round 3? That's the question now.
That's a big question.
Now the question in his mind is, does he really like boxing? Does he really like to get hit? That's the question. He gave that answer earlier today, but he wasn't getting hit.
As Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the face. And this guy's been hit in the face a few times.
And boxing was fun, but now is it fun?
Now it's work. He's got to figure out a way to turn the tide. What could Torres do to back Haurthouser off?
Just move around. But that's a thing that his cornerman would have to tell him, because he'd have no idea right now that he would need to move around, get his second win, suck his breath up, so that maybe at the end of this round he could make a little charge and try to steal the round, but be a little bit fresher for the last round if this is a 4-round fight, and try to win the 4th round big, you know, and hopefully it would go in his favor. But I'm looking at him. He doesn't look deterred. He doesn't look, you know, like he's intimidated. You know, he's still like he's going to go out and give his all.
He's getting every second on that stool, that's for sure, in between rounds. But hey, we never know. You know, this guy is a wild card.
Yep, he
Let's
doesn't
see what
look.
happens. Here we go, round 3.
And he's still going in with effort. You know, he's still going on giving it all. He's not.
I can't say this. Torres would probably be in more trouble if Haurthouser was a little sharper. He's not the sharpest fighter. He's missing some big. He's throwing big shots and missing.
And I think that comes down to his inexperience with only 2 fights. I think he's looking at, well, I probably could knock this guy right out. I'm not really worried about working on boxing. I go in and catch him. He haven't had a fight, I'll knock him out. And that could be a big problem in his head, you know. And he's made the fight harder if that was his mentality. He should stay outside just like he's doing right now, establish the jab. Torres would get wild. He would try to run in and rush something. He'd walk into something. So right now, all that he needs to do is stay outside and establish the jab, make it a safe fight. Catch Torres coming in.
And Torres is welcoming Haurthouser to step in and fight with him.
But now, actually, Haurthouser looks tired. He's the one back into the ropes.
He's getting caught. He's been caught twice with the big right hand.
And Torres has caught a second win. He's picking up the pace. He's the aggressor right now. Even though he's backing into the ropes now, he was the aggressor a few seconds ago.
Good body shot.
Oh, I think
real
that
good body shot.
hurt
But
him.
you know what? Torres found a way to overcome that, and he's still fighting.
He's showing a lot of heart. I give him. He's definitely winning on heart.
Torres is still throwing. Even it looks like they're tied up, but Torres is still. His hands are free. He's throwing them.
He's getting good body work in once he's inside too.
You know, he really talked about a body attack today, and he is living by that. He's throwing that body attack, working.
One thing Torres is doing that's not helping him is he's falling in. He's just falling in, falling off balance, falling in. He's smothering his own punches. He's getting 1 or 2 decent shots as he's falling in, but it would be a lot more with it if he would just stay outside more, keep his range, give himself some distance.
You know, Haurthouser talked about he was a multi-dimensional fighter. I have yet to see him show us anything besides his jab and his 1-2 and fall.
I think that's just due to he took the guy for granted. You know, this guy haven't had a fight. He probably looked at it as an easy win, but I still see he's learning from it. You know, because he haven't had a cakewalk, so Torres has pushed him and scratched his limits also. That was a good right hand, a good short
Torres
1-2.
2 right hands.
And he should see that. If he's outside where he's keeping his range, he's landing cleaner shots.
You're right.
There weren't big shots, but there was good, clean shots.
Torres is still throwing. Torres has been hit a couple times in this round, but he's still throwing punches. He's still fighting.
I wish Torres would get with someone after this fight that would work with him and teach him the basic fundamentals of boxers. straight punches, how to move.
Ooh, big right hand.
Stay on the outside.
Torres finds a way and lands another big body shot.
And he haven't gave up an inch in this fight.
No. Hey, you have to applaud this guy. Oh, little extracurriculars after. Torres has some dog in him for real.
Oh, yeah, Torres is mad now. And he's sitting up now on the stool. He's not slumping down,
yeah.
So that's the thing. He's caught his second win now. And that little action after the bell may have pissed him off. So now he's fighting off of anger. You know, he's going to go ahead and get it done now.
This should make for a very interesting fourth round. As you can see, the round card girl going around. It's the final round. We got Miguel Torres, who we thought was out of this for a while, might have ended up getting knocked out. But now he's the guy with all the energy. Haurthouser, the veteran, is now sitting on his stool like he's looking for that second win, like he's gasping for air.
He's looked confused. Look in his face, looking to his trainer, he's looking confused that he has to fight another round. It doesn't look like he was expecting it to go this round. And Torres looks refreshed, pissed off, sad, mad as if he knows this is it. So I look for Torres to bum rush him and let it all hang out this round, you know, because he has nothing to lose. And he loves to fight because that's what he likes to do. It's whether he started boxing. So I'm looking for him to make a dog fight out of this last round. And I'm looking for him, even if he loses the fight, I'm looking for him to pull this fight off.
Here we go. Here's the start of the fourth round.
Yeah, I'm looking for Torres to pull this round off.
They both come out swinging. Torres still looking for that big right hand.
Yep. I'm expecting Torres to go hard this whole round. That's how Haurthouser should have been fighting. He should have been outside establishing the jab.
If he throws that jab, he's in good shape.
And now he's crouching. He's bending at the knees. He's setting stuff
big left
up.
hand.
He's sitting down on his punches. He's doing what he should have been doing earlier.
Landed another 1-2.
Good.
Another 1-2 to the body.
I don't think Torres will take too many body shots like that.
Hey, but Torres keeps finding a way to come back. He took about 5 big shots and somehow got out of the corner and threw 3 or 4 of his own.
I like the fact that Torres still is keeping his hands up. He's still showing a lot of heart. He's still trying to fight, even though at times he has been outclassed. You know, he's still coming forward. He's still making a fight out of it. He didn't come here to lay down or just to get paid.
Exactly. And like you said, he keeps his hands up. He has some of the basic fundamentals. Not a guy that just comes out here and just tries to run in. And
He just caught Haurthouser with a good right. He just caught him. I think he shook him.
Haurthouser stopped fighting.
Another good short right.
He's got Haurthouser bleeding from the nose now.
Yep. If he could suck it up and get him a good 20-second run, I think he...
Big body shot. Bent Torres over.
Kind of low on the border.
Hey, but Torres answers. He answered. Good right hand by Haurthouser. Haurthouser's just pushing to the ropes. If he uses his jab and throws the right hand, he could probably take him out.
And if he were to keep him in the middle of the ring and catch him with a clean shot, Torres would fall. But with him letting him lay on the ropes, he's hurting himself by doing that.
Yeah, but the other thing is Torres is giving him such a fight. It's like, as Haurthouser, you know what he's supposed to do, but you got this aggressive guy. How do you stop that?
By staying outside, maintaining your distance, and moving at angles. Because a guy can't brawl with you if you're not there for him to brawl with. But Haurthouser is just as tired. I think he's even tighter than Torres. But Torres has taken the most punishment, in the fight. But he's also showed the most heart.
Left hand on the break. Haurthouser shaking his head. Torres is gassed. He's just walking back to his corner, just taking punches.
I like that out of Torres, that the rules are protect yourself at all times. If he can catch a guy slipping, he will. He's done. Look, hands on the ropes.
He's got hands on the ropes. Ties him up. He's still fighting after the break.
Yep.
Torres has a lot of dog. Here we go. 10 seconds left. Haurthouser's going to open it up on him. Let's see what happens here. Both guys finished throwing, and Torres is still throwing on him.
I like the fact that Torres has a lot of heart. He showed it. He has no quit in him. And, I hope for his sake that he can get with someone in the gym that will work with him, and he'll learn the fundamentals, because he has showed a lot of heart. So I really expect him to go places, if he get with good training, good sparring, because heart I think, is the most important thing. You can't train a fighter to have heart.
I don't think there'll be any doubt about who wins this fight. but I think the crowd is overly joyed with the actual action inside that ring. That was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, you can't be disappointed.
Exactly. Not to kick off the night. Usually you get a kickoff fight, you're looking at a one-round knockout, second-round knockout, or a guy that just quits.
Both fighters gave their all, so no one could judge them on that. They both gave their all. It just comes down to the difference in the experience of Haurthouser versus Torres. That was the telling tale of the fight. As the fight started, you could see the little things a little closer because they were both, going winging wild shots in the beginning. But Haurthouser did establish the jab a little bit. He did land cleaner shots, so no question about my hat still towards Haurthouser for the win.
Yeah. And again, a good fight. It wasn't the sharpest fight, most technical, but you had Torres, who showed a lot of heart. Haurthouser, who showed a little skill and some heart, although he got lured into some of Torres' traps fighting on the inside. He could have probably made this a lot easier, like you said.
And we're looking at two guys with one fight between the two of them.
Right.
So, it was a good action fight for the experience, for the level of fights that came from these two fights leading into this one fight.
So not a bad night. Great way to kick off the night. We're going to turn it over to Bruce Foster, the ring announcer, and find out what the judges decided.
I'd be interested to keep my eyes on Torres to see how his career goes if he hangs in there.
Here we go. Two fighters are going to come to the center of the ring, and Bruce Foster is going to give us the final decision. There it is. Thomas Haurthouser wins a unanimous decision over a first-time fighter, Miguel Torres. No surprise there. Again, great fight. Torres showed a lot of heart. It was a competitive fight.
Yeah, I think Haurthouser could take from this fight the experience that not to overlook anyone regardless of their background. Also, he'll look at the fight tape. He'll see that he would have made it a lot easier if he would have just stood in the middle of the ring, established his jab, kept Torres at bay, and caught him coming.